Alright, welcome back to another episode where I'm just gonna make my own stuff, but there's a lot of things that's going on in the news. There's Johnny Somali having a court case or whatever. We'll catch up on that another time. You also have a lot of TikTokers ruining their lives and people just crashing out, but yeah, I saw this story the other day and it just made me laugh. We'll just start with this one.
Don't smoke. It's private. Sorry, what sorry?
I beg your pardon.
But
I did not know.
It's so private.
Oh.
Hey, don't yell at her.
What?
Don't yell at her. She didn't know.
Didn't know?
No, it's her first time.
First. Look, it's so private. Assholes.
Crazy, man.
What? What?
Are you going to touch her? I'll knock you out.
What?
You don't talk to women like that.
Look. Even don't. Look, if you try to like nicely, you don't smoke.
Yeah, you don't talk to women like that either, mate.
Assholes.
All I gotta say about that is, yeah, that's typical European Western behavior where they're like, oh, I didn't know, but then you come to America and then you accidentally do something. You're like, well, you gotta learn the culture or don't come here, right? You got like people that go over to another country from the Western world and then they try to speak the language and people are like, oh, wow. You're speaking so well, even though they speak like dog shit. Over here in America, you have like the slightest accent. They're like, what? I don't understand what you're saying. There's a type of entitlement that goes on in the Western world, mostly the European world. That's the whole duality of the Eastern versus Western culture. But, yeah, another great example of this was Eddie Huang got into it with some random person. It was so funny. I saw this video pop up. And then when the guy turned the camera around, I was like, wait a minute. Is that Eddie Huang? Anyways, we'll go ahead and check this shit out.
Sure.
So you walk your dog without a leash frequently?
Yes, I walk my dog without
So
a leash.
your dog just jumped over the bench at my dog?
That's incorrect.
Yes, he did.
She's walking around, sir.
The dog came behind my dog.
She's walking around. Does my dog look like she's bothering you?
Did your dog not walk up behind my dog and then scared my dog and my dog jumped?
Whatever the fuck
Right?
you're gonna do with this fucking video, fuck yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this motherfucker?
I asked him to put his dog on a leash
This guy's
and he's losing his mind.
camera is. Get off the private property.
I live here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I live here.
Get the fuck out
Why
of
do you
here.
think I don't live here?
He doesn't know who the fuck you are. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't live here?
This part is when I started laughing. When I was like, wait, that's fucking Eddie Huang, dude. He wrote some good books. Kind of nice to see someone shed some light on growing up as a non-black minority in this country and to get that perspective.
Do I not live here? I live here. You're just yelling at someone who lives here.
Okay. This guy's got a fucking problem.
I don't have a problem. He did not leash his dog.
This guy started with me.
No, look at his dog is loose without a leash.
Dude,
Bro, his dog is embarrassed for him, dude. That's funny.
fuck you. Fuck
Look
East
at- I haven't said
41A.
anything
That's my
fucking-
fucking name. East
Look at this
41A.
Look at this guy.
This guy's name is Matt Sauerhoff. Now let's just do a little something. Let's go ahead and look into this surname, shall we? Let's go see where this originated from. Let's see if we can, maybe connect some. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? I'm just saying, dude. A certain group of people invented color pronouns to avoid an exile out of Europe. It's kind of hilarious, but he did have a funny anecdote that he wrote about here. Right here, he says he kept asking me who I was, which I was never going to reveal. It's not my style to be like, do you know who I am? I'd rather people just assume I'm a Chinese guy delivering Chinese food, because when I was a Chinese guy delivering Chinese food, I got to see who people really are. There's that whole thing that the Western world says, like, they don't care about how much money you have, or all that matters is how you treat people. And then you go look at how the Western world treats anyone. It's like, I have more money than you, I'm more successful, you're one. It's like, cognitive dissonance is probably the greatest export of the Western world. It is a mental delusion of thinking that, just like that Australian guy. First of all, as a smoker, right? Let's go back to this Australian guy.
Don't.
As a smoker, or an ex-smoker, used to smoke cigarettes for a long period of time. You know where you're not supposed to smoke, especially at a ski resort. Dude, we would like go off trail to smoke cigarettes. We wouldn't smoke on the lifts because people would complain and we would get yelled at, and sometimes they put a little warning on your ski lift. But it's just hilarious that the Western world is so entitled, where they're like, oh, we didn't know, you need to forgive us. But then immigrants come to this country, don't follow a certain cultural norm that's bizarre, and they're like, well, if you can't follow the rules, you shouldn't be here. It's like, that's wild. That's wild. But yeah, what else can we talk about? I'm just briefly gonna touch up on the Johnny Somali case because that shit's kind of funny. Apparently he went out of his way to indict himself on more crimes before his court date, which it happened actually. It happened today, so we'll probably get an update about that in a couple of days. But yeah, Ice Poseidon is now getting harassed by the local government. It's kind of funny how Japan is now following Korea in harassing these nuisance streamers, like going out of their way. Hopefully they'll start putting bounties on them, but I don't see Japan, such an obedient, docile country, doing any of this stuff. But yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm just gonna make this a short ass episode. I just thought it was hilarious. How about the melting pot just melt? And it's gonna be really hard for a melting pot to melt if the color you're expecting it to turn out to be is white. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I just feel like I'm beating this whole influencer crashing out into the ground. So yeah, leave a comment about something you want me to talk about or discuss, or how I feel about something, because then that just gives me content to fill my other stuff with, and I can discuss it and address those things. Because this channel is more of me just sharing some of my knowledge and things. You know, I'm an old guy. I'm really old, so